My name is Michael McIntyre and I'm a level designer on Prince of Persia.
The new Prince of Persia, the new design, new beautiful design, how did that come about?
The new design for the Prince of Persia, it started from the idea that we felt like the Sands of Time trilogy was resolved, it was complete, so we basically wiped the slate clean and were able to start from scratch. So we have an entirely new world, new characters, and an entirely new story. And with that came all of the changes that have happened in the game, with the new visual look, the redesign to the acrobatics and to the combat and all of that.
And what actually inspired the new look of Prince of Persia?
Well, there were a few things. The base concept of the story, this light versus darkness, being up against an evil god, it's very fantastic and mythological. And so a lot of the decisions went towards supporting that concept. Like the illustrative art style makes it feel like you're in like a legend or a storybook, and a lot of the design stuff just makes it a high-flying sort of legendary adventure.
And will there be any elements for the fans of the previous games, to just let them know that you remember about them?
Oh, absolutely. I think that the spirit of the game, I think, is identical to the other Prince, just in terms of you are playing a swashbuckling, heroic character. While this one here we don't even know that he starts off as a prince. He's more of a vagabond kind of adventurer, but he's got the sword, he has acrobatic abilities, he'll have combat, there will be puzzles, so there will be all these things that are familiar to Prince of Persia players, and yet they'll all feel just a little bit new, a little bit different.
And there's a new character, supporting character, Elika. What about her?
That's correct. So there's a companion that the prince goes through the story with. Her name is Elika, and actually it's her adventure more than the prince's. She's the one who's trying to save the world. She has the magic ability to drive away the corruption, and the prince is essentially helping her. He is along for her journey, and they work together and basically are on this adventure trying to take on this god alone together.
And will there be co-op?
There's no cooperative gameplay, but it's a single-player game, but essentially the idea of the gameplay is cooperative. You call upon Elika for help whenever you need her, whether it be in combat, in acrobatics, or at other points in the game.
And any new moves, new spectacular moves, something as revolutionary as walking along the walls in the Sands of Time?
Well, there is, in fact. But the wall run itself has made a return. That is still in the game. It's a little bit different than it was in the previous Prince of Persia, but it's still there. And we've got a nice list of new runs as well. For instance, we're revealing one new at the Leipzig Game Convention, which is the roof run, where now not only can he run on walls, but if he gets in contact with the ceiling, he'll also run along that as well. And the other big move that we have in the game for the prince is he has this glove on his left hand, this magic gauntlet that allows him to stick to vertical surfaces, so he can slide down any vertical surface in the game.
And so the story and the mythology behind the story, is it entirely new, or it has relation to the previous games?
It's entirely new. It doesn't have any relation to the previous games. The only in spirit. There's no direct relation at all between the two previous games, and it's something that is starting brand new in this Prince of Persia.
Mm-hmm. And technology-wise, any particular impressive technologies that you're using with the game?
Well, from the base, the technology is the same engine that we used to build Assassin's Creed. We've adapted it for our own personal needs. We have an entire open world that the player can run around in from the beginning of the game. There are no loading times for that. And otherwise, we just have had all these little tweaks to make the game, our illustrative style, and just a lot of the camera work. We've developed a very complex camera system that allows the player to play without having to do a lot of camera playing around, sort of is pointing it always where they want it. And all these things, basically a lot of the tech, we didn't want to wow anyone with anything in particular, we just wanted to really just make the game smooth and easy for the player.
Are you aiming towards a broader audience than this brought to the series before, or you just want to satisfy the fans?
I think first we want to satisfy the fans. There are people that I think are really excited about the idea of Prince of Persia coming back again in this whole new way. And those are the people that we are at first trying to present to. I do think that there are elements of this game that will broaden the audience a little bit, but that isn't so much what we're doing. We're just trying to make a good game, tell a good story, and hopefully it's people that have been fans of Prince of Persia will find something familiar and enticing in this version as well.
So in 10 years, what will the new Prince of Persia be remembered for?
I think it'll be remembered for having a really powerful experience. I think that it'll be a really emotional, exciting sort of story and ride that the player will go on. It'll be like 10 to 15 hours that they will remember fondly.